Go. Swim live. That's very good. And go suffer. Mumu. No vote, no vote. All of them they go vote. No vote, no vote. They don't collect 1,000. Last weekend they don't go collect 1,000. Oh, strike in the box. Number 94 in Moro sense. Why are they applying? They go down.
Good morning, good morning, good morning this morning. Yes, this is Bison and I'm Christian.
It's on. Talk.
Yeah, good morning. One wonderful people, good morning this morning. Yeah, this is Bystanders and Newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. Today is the 31st of October 2021. And according to our reports that we had, the Danfo drivers in Lagos State have started a 7-day strike over extortion from the Lagos State parks and garages. 7-day strike. This morning, people are stranded. People are stranded at the bus stop, and so persons cannot find it easy going to their places of work. We only have the Korokwe, that's the minibus, really working, and also the Keke Maura. But the buses, the Danfo, the buses, the big buses are not working at this point in time. Since 6 a.m., many are at the bus stop trying to find a way to get to their various places of destination, places of work, and also destination. This is the situation this morning. Let's look at the report from the drivers. Yeah, the leadership of the Joint Drivers Welfare Association of Nigeria has reiterated the commitment of its members on a 7-day boycott of Lagos Road, beginning from today, that's October 31st, Monday, over alleged extortion by the motor and garages management. According to government representatives, the permanent secretary, Lagos Ministry of Abdul Hafiz Toriola, and also the motor park management. Okay, sorry for that. Like I said, report from the move.
This is not it. This is earpiece. This earpiece. This earpiece. I've changed it before.
No, na me put am here that first time.
Don't promote am for.
I know.
Now here in there. Why?
No. Now this silver, now here it dey when I put am for here. You dey talk that time before you can stop. see.
Don't go.
Yeah, Watson, good morning. Good morning. Like I said, there's a situation here in Lagos. Sorry for the break in transmission. The Danfo drivers are on strike, and this has left commuters stranded. Commuters are stranded in Lagos State. The Danfo drivers are saying, the association is saying that they are going on strike because of extortion from the Lagos State parks and garages in various bus stops, extortion from the Lagos State parks and garages. And now they are going on strike. We have only the mini buses and also the Kekemara tricycle in operation this morning. We know that the Danfo is a very important means of transportation to Lagosians, especially when you look at Oshodi and also other vital areas. Ojuelegba, very, very vital for transportation to Lagosians. As you can see, there are people at the bus stop ever since 6 a.m. People are at the bus stop stranded. They cannot easily get transportation to their various destinations. This morning. Since when have you standing? Since when have you been standing?
Oh, just
Standing here since how many minutes have you been standing here?
yeah.
How many minutes have you been standing here?
Just come now.
What is happening? There's no bus.
No, na Ben Augusta, no.
Okay. How do you look at it? What is
Transportation. I know you, but still, sufferness is too much. Which is much. Last hour, 150, not to like 150. Like from 150. That's back. Irú ayé wo ni ẹ? Àwọn agbèrò dédé fún wọn. Wọ́n bá ó di fóònù yín o, ó di àpò yín o. Wájú tí wàá sọ fún ọ pé 300 nìkan gbà. Imagine. Irú ìlú agbèrò ló ń dá gbogbo wàhálà yìí lẹ̀. Àwọn ló dá lẹ̀ náà. Ṣé bá àwọn èèyàn rẹ́dí àti gbé 150? Ojú àlóyè sọ fún 300. A lọ bá wọn a lọ sọ fún wọn 300. Ó yẹ lọ tọ̀nù 300. Àwa bá wa ń bì báyìí. Ó di fóònù yín o. Ó di báàgì dání o. Adé máa pariwo government.
They are blaming the Lagos State government. I thought
Actually, the Lagos government they are the cause. Because according to those vehicles, the Lagos State have their money that they are collecting. They collect from them. Agbero also will collect. Oluoma also will come and collect it soon. In this Lagos. Let's wait and see. It just start? Since. It's not today.
I saw many people at the bus stop this morning.
Yes, that's exactly. We are telling that's what is happening in our presence just now. The Agbero man that he wake up is the one who was telling them, go at on, 300. He was pointing to them. I saw it. Imagine. How much is the salary? That I enter motor from
here to beggar.
300 naira.
To beggar. We say anywhere, any bus.
Who has those buses? You have how much Lagos State is collecting? What is his name? Oluoma, after Lagos State collect, Oluoma will collect his own. This Agbero that they wake up, they will collect their own also. Every day in this Lagos. Let's wait and see.
I've told you the right thing that's going on now.
What's the situation? Have you been here since?
I've been here more than almost 45 minutes now.
5 minutes. They can't get a bus.
At all.
The reason is it because
Also called the road transport workers unions. They are the one inflating the price. Inflating the price. Before the vehicle will come, they will raise on 300, go and turn. So the vehicle to turn here, they will go and offload that side and come back here. 300. Imagine it. Something of 100 naira, they don't carry 150, they don't carry 200 naira to 300 naira. Tomorrow they say government is bad. Who are the government? Because the government has no control. If government has control, Agboro does supposed to inflate price in the city. Agboro has no right to inflate price.
Yeah.
If government have what they're not supposed to inflate price, and government will start looking them.
Okay, you want to say your clothes? Yeah. Why no interview them? Anybody will win. Okay, that's the situation this morning. You heard that the Lagos State government somehow complicit and, however, has no control on the hike and the prices that some of the NURTW workers and staffs are inflating the price. From here to Ojodbega is 300 naira. I remember 100 naira, 50 naira, from 50 naira to 100 naira, 100 naira to 150, from 150 to 300 naira, inflating the price. What a country. I believe this is going to continue for till Saturday. It's going to stay for 7 days. Saturday. Okay. Let's continue as some of them have gotten. I said the Korokwe, that is the mini buses, are those walking. And most of them have gotten these mini buses as a means to get where they are going to this morning. Let's look at the report from, like I said, let's look at a report from the association. They have spoken and said that they insist on the strike. They insist on the strike. Yes, the leadership of the Joint Drivers Welfare Association of Nigeria has reiterated the commitment of its members to embarking on a 7-day boycott of Lagos roads. A 7-day boycott of Lagos roads beginning from Monday, October 31st, 2022, over the alleged extortion by the motor parks and garages management in the state. Noting that having met with Lagos State government representatives, the Permanent Secretary, Lagos Ministry of Transportation, Abdul Hafiz Toriola, and the Motor Park Management Liaison Officer, that is former Inspector Commissioner Hakim Odumosu, former Inspector Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Hakim Odumosu, is part of the Motor Park Management team in the company, and also in the company of its legal advisor, Ayo Ademiluyi, on Friday, where there has not been any concrete response to his demand. The Lagos government has since made no concrete response to the demands of the Danfo Drivers Association. Rather, their representatives only asked for another letter to be submitted on Monday, which is regarded as a joke on our part. Having released a press statement with concise demands, we also honored the demand to deliver copies of the letter to the Lagos State government, the State Security Service, the Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alabi. Also, the AIG also expressly, that is Odumosu, said they could not get rid of the bus stop extortionists because they were working for the state government. He also suggested that the chairman of the Lagos State Parks and Garages Management Committee, Musliu Akisaya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, could organize thugs to attack us, and we would be blamed or credited for the violence. If this is coming from the AIG, that means they are afraid of the thugs. They are afraid of the thugs. Assistant Inspector General is saying that the Lagos Parks Garages Management Committee in Musli Akinsanya, popularly known as MC Olomo, could organize thugs to attack us, and we will be blamed or credited for the violence, all in a failed fear-mongering tactic. They call it a fear-mongering tactic by the powers that be. The assistant to the Transport Commissioner threatened to arrest us and our lawyer while in their office, Jidwan said in a statement signed by its national leader, Akintade Abiodun, on Sunday. Okay, let's move over to what we have for today. I have the Daily Sun and the Tribune. The Daily Sun and the Tribune newspaper. In a short while, we'll get to the commuters and get their response, because ever since 6 a.m. that I've been here, that's how the situation is persisting. Okay, the Daily Sun this morning, and the Nigerian Tribune. I have the Daily Sun and the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, Southeast governors raise alarm over insecurity, seeks federal government's intervention. Southeast governors raise alarm over insecurity, seeks federal government intervention. Joint security team to patrol zone wants political solution on Kanu. Joint security team to patrol the zone and wants a political solution on Kanu. That's from the Southeast governors. They have asked the government that they should find a political solution on Nnamdi Kanu, and also they met to have a joint security team to patrol the Southeast. Now, the headlines yesterday, Agog Tinubu presents a manifesto to Fasoranti and others, a former Afenifere, about the chieftain of the Afenifere. Tinubu presents manifesto to Fasoranti, others. Abuja residents live in fear amid tight security. Abuja residents live in fear amid tight security. Worship centers record low attendance. Government stop Abuja vigilantes from bearing firearms. Worship center record low attendance as government stop Abuja vigilantes from bearing firearms. Tinubu Atiku Obi others asked to publish sources of campaign funding. Tinubu Atiku Obi others asked to publish sources of campaign funding. On 23, Atiku more grounded in grassroots politics than Tinubu PDP national youth leader. Osibajo, ex-Colombian president, lead new job creation efforts in Africa. Ohanese backs Akeredolu on Amotekun. Ohanese backs Akeredolu on Amotekun. Urges Osun governor-elect to include Igbo in government. Lagos transporters begin 7-day strike today, says no going back. As you can see, Lagos transporters begin 7-day strike today, say no going back. Nigeria defeats Germany to claim bronze in under-17 women. Yes, World Cup. The Nigerian Tribune. Yes, Southeast governors meeting in Enugu decry rising insecurity in the zone. You can see the picture here. Fasoranti Chief Ruben Fasoranti praying for the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, during a visit to him and other Yoruba leaders in Akure, Ondo State on Sunday. Main headline on the Nigerian Tribune. Terror alert, Operation Stop and Search begins at National Assembly. Buhari summons security meeting. Operation Stop and Search begins as National Assembly as Buhari summoned a security meeting. Senator reps to use presidential gate. Senators and reps, House of Rep members, to use the presidential gate. FCTA bars vigilantes from using firearms. Earmarked 500 million for community policing. FCTA bars vigilantes from using firearms. Earmarked 500 million for community policing. Yes, we all know Tinubu visits Fasoranti, Yoruba leaders in Akure, present to them policy documents, action plan for better Nigeria. Those present at the Akure blessing are majority of those who have distant ties with Afenifere, that is Akin Onigbinde. Okay, majority of those who attended the event where Fasoranti had to pray and bless the APC presidential flag bearer, Ahmed Tinubu. Majorly those who have distant ties with Afenifere. Yes, CBN has my backing on Naira redesign, that's Buhari. CBN has my backing on Naira redesign coming from Buhari. People with money buried won't like it, he says. People with money buried won't like it, he says. Naira slumps to 800 Naira per dollar at parallel markets. 800 Naira per dollar, that's the Naira. Article foreign engagement to yield massive investment jobs campaign organization. Okay, let's have our viewers. Good morning. Mazi Chingote.
Yeah, Ututoma Christian.
Yes. Happy New Week.
Same to you and to esteemed viewers across the globe.
Okay, we are faced here with Danfo drivers in Nigeria, in Lagos State, going on strike over extortion. You can see commuters are stranded this morning, and some can't get to their place of work.
Yeah, we cannot in any way ignore, of course, the public service they have been rendering, the commercial drivers. They have been, of course, instrumental to the day-to-day movements of the people. And it's unfortunate that the people are subjected to such, in fact, unimaginable torture. That shouldn't have been in the first place if the government is living up to her responsibilities. Rather than encouraging them, the government is making life more miserable, unbearable for them. Through, of course, have different talks. I will use the word talks now because it is unbecoming that in a state like Lagos State is now being run by talks and extortioners, people who derive pleasure in subjugating those who are going about their legitimate duty, service to humanity. At the end of the day, you have nothing left for your own. And the Lagos State government cannot deny knowing what is going on. Because all these machineries we are scattered everywhere. I mean, you hardly can move more than 4 posts. They start asking you for money. From here to Odoro is how many distance? This one will say is Agege, this one will say is Keja, this one will say is Oba, Ojodu. How can you continue to pay through your notes? And the worst thing is that those people are very callous. They don't even mind. They don't care how you pay. What they needed is to get that money from you. They don't mind whether you are servicing your vehicles, the breakdowns of the vehicle, the maintenance of that vehicle. You need to fuel it. I mean, in fact, it's long overdue. Their action is justifiable. It's a welcome development, and unfortunately, that is a clear vote of no confidence in this system, in the APC system in Lagos State. Those who say they are ruling Lagos State. It's a vote of no confidence. When you make life more miserable. In a jail labor one time, I saw for myself the pain these people are going through. You cannot see a driver changing clothes, even taking food. Here, you have to pay 3,800 for just one loading. You still have to pay 1,005. From there, you still have to pay 200. Almost 5 places before you get to your destination. Not to talk about 100 naira. Then from out of 11,000 for a loading, you have spent close to 5,000. Or more than close to 6,000. Because 3,008 plus 1,005 is how much? Plus 200, 1,000 is how much? You still have to, the leftover of 5,000 or 4,000, you still have to buy fuel. What about your service as a driver?
I'm asking this
And if
question.
you are running higher purchase, then it means you still have to work to remit to those people that gave you that higher purchase.
My question is, what are the services these guys are rendering to the drivers?
Or the arborers.
What service are they rendering?
What other service? You see them riding 2, 3 tier robbers, very expensive cars. You see them when they go to drink, they close up everywhere. When they go to eat, they eat because they knew that they never suffered for that wet. They don't care because tomorrow the same oil will continue to flow. These are people's sweat. You see drivers so haggard and hungry. They can't even take care of themselves. And most of them rises early in the morning. They go late to bed. Some of them after 10 p.m. and yet they have nothing to show for it. You are just working for people who are just sitting somewhere demanding what they do not deserve. They also pay to government, ticketing, and there are some other remittance that is not justifiable, that is not under the law. That is the most important thing. That is why they can no longer bear it. They have been so frustrated to the point that they decided, of course, there is no other option than to embark on strike as a way of expressing their grievances. I believe they may have been talking to the government and know how the government behaves when they know that they are beneficiaries of such illegal and illicit extortion of the so-called citizens. After paying the ticketing and all that, you still want to stop them and subject them. If they refuse, you beat them up because you have gun, you have your killer squad, and you call it a country. Is that the blueprint of Lagos? Is that something that should be desired about Lagos? Where people are living off where they do not sow.
Okay.
The former sole administrator in the person of Marwa also abolished them. After his dispensation or tenure or regime, the Emilokos also introduced them and reinforced them. Now it has become mad. It has worsened. Look at people's standard. A place that shouldn't take 100 naira is 400 naira, 500 naira. How do you cope? How can you cope in such a system? And you are still supporting a failed and a callous system. Look at how people stranded everywhere. Possibly, I don't know if you have captured them. It's so unfortunate, Mr. Christian.
I'm not the Lagos State government. You are saying it's so unfortunate.
No, it is wickedness, and you must not be the Lagos State president, but governor or whatever you think. But you have to condemn wickedness. It's not acceptable. I know how much do you spend to be here today. I believe you must have spent more than double of what you usually spend before now.
Somebody said that we also, that the commuters, need to go on strike. Also, so as to make it more interesting.
Make it that person is, well, I don't think he has conscience. How do you go on strike? The people who are we are also directly affected. If I should go on strike now, though you said that it's a humanitarian service, so humanitarian service should not, you service your megaphone and service. We are also instruments that needed to be serviced. Because without the instrumentality of humanity, of persons like me, this thing wouldn't work. Mike cannot stand here and be talking. If I talk now, they will say, nobody forced me to be here. So you should, of course, any responsible and reasonable person should be considerate. It's not just about win-win. All. You should understand from the pains, from the angle where people are, the overbearing is unacceptable. So for you to do whatever you can do to encourage people who has been serving, it's not out of place. So asking people to go on strike, on what basis? People are already on strike. People have been, extorted. So what kind of strike again you are? Even when you are still standing now, I know you are on strike. You could be hunger strike. It was economic strike. You can see education strike. People are striking because there are people who want to go to school, but there is no want to further their education, but there is no way to do that.
Even you have
There's no grants.
They're still striking now.
There is still strike. You can understand. So what kind of strike are you talking about?
Okay, let's look at the Southeast governors met in Enugu and said that they disowned the ESN, Eastern Security Network. They said they did a new security patrol, and they asked the federal government to find a political solution on Nnamdi Kanu.
Whatever be their, that is their personal opinion. What have they been able to do? Over the years, people have been killed. There is insecurity we have on governed spaces. And they preside as the governor, the chief security of the state. What have they been done? What have they been able to do to secure, first, the citizens, the residents of those states? They only, of course, empty the state security, security votes and whatever. And you see them building mansions, buying up, hosting American estates and empires for themselves and for their families. Good God will punish all of them where they're there. You see? What have they done to safeguard life and property, to stop the incessant abuse, raping of our aged ones, mothers and sisters, who have been molested on daily basis, who could not go to their farms, who couldn't access, their farms at the backyard. What have they done? They say they are rejecting ESN. When it is very clear that heaven and earth has rejected them. You see? What is waiting for them is internal domination, hellfire. Because you cannot preside over over a position that you are entrusted with the responsibility of taking care of the people. And you turn otherwise. Look at, there is no roads in any of the states in Southeast. There's no roads.
No, I think Ebonyi has.
There is Ebonyi. It is just of recent. How many of the roads? Is it? How many of the roads and how many people are applying there? With the state of insecurity, ravaging the entire states. Is it not when the state is served that you can now apply through their economic activities and all that? Can stop. So they are responsible by now in a safe society, not just in Nigeria. I know that you can't have it. Such people shouldn't have any business in the first place to be saddled with such responsibility. They should have resigned, tender resignation, but is that possible? When they have billions to steal
Lastly, we have
from the public coffers.
Terror alert, Operation Stop and Search begins at National Assembly. Buhari summoned security meeting. Everybody is on their toes now.
That is what I said, yes, was it on Saturday? I said we are already living with terror. We are in terror. You see? Including Buhari and himself. I don't know who is now the terrorist. But what I can assure you that everybody is living in the state of terror. Apart from economic terror, apart from life, the terror to life. Now, summoning them now cannot solve any problem. Because Jonathan said in his time that Boko Haram are living with him. Now, Boko Haram is now in oppression, is now the government. You see, you cannot eat your cake and expect to have it. What informs the Oduduwa movement? Yoruba Nation. They do not want to be part of the terror, the system called Nigeria. They want to free themselves from the terrorism called Nigeria that is prevalent in Nigeria, that is almost synonymous to Nigeria. When you mention Nigeria in any Western world, what comes first is terror, is abuse of human rights, and abuse of power. Anywhere you are, when you say you are in Nigeria, you can't even be proud to say you are in Nigeria. It's only here you say, who are you? You say you are in Nigeria. What makes you a Nigeria? I don't know. Huh? Have they given you pure water? I don't know. What makes you a Nigeria? Because it was forced on you and you accepted what was forced on you without asking questions. Without asking, why should I be a Nigeria? It's only Chico Zemdibo that is asking it. Why should I be a Nigeria? Huh? I am learning to be subjugated. My mental, you cannot subject me to mental slavery. I have been liberated mentally to ask, why should I be in Nigeria? So, what informs the agitation for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra is because they are fed up and tired of being aligning with the system called terror. Another name for Nigeria is terror. Anywhere in the world, if you doubt me, just make your research. If other citizens from other nationals have been subjected to, of course, very free scrutiny, you as a Nigerian will be subjected to very hard scrutiny before you will allow the pass. So, Nigeria is synonymous to terror. So for whatever Buhari is saying, you should tell us how did this terror came to be in Nigeria. So the Oduduwa Biafra restoration will only end the terror called Nigeria. Because in as much as Nigeria remains, you might become a terror today or tomorrow. I don't know. They are terror watching me, who call themselves Nigeria. Look at them there.
I have a Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
After you say only 1 hour 30 minutes you want to have it.
Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
I know you are going for.
That is not the issue.
The Nigerian government are giving you a contract.
Nigerian government. I don't know what you mean by that.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Let's look at the current situation we're facing this morning. Earlier this morning when I came, we saw so many people at the bus stop. The Danfo Driver Association is association in Lagos. They have embarked on a 7-day strike over extortion. Can you throw more light into that?
Okay, it's not on the dailies. It's just a recent.
It's on the dailies. Since last week, Lagos transporters begin 7-day strike today, say no going back over extortion. By the Lagos
I think if they can sustain it, it's good.
Then people are at the bus stop, they can't find it.
Nothing good comes with ease. You cannot deny the fact that they are operating under a very strange, harsh atmosphere. They have been suffering in silence. Go and make inquiry. Go to that park. If you load from here to perhaps Jibowu side, just a drive, what is it called? 18-seater bus. You'll be surprised they are collecting up to 4,000.
3,008.
There was a particular day the driver I entered refused to go, but he considered he weighed the options. I remember that I have bills to pay at home. So what I'm trying to say is, it's no longer strange that the bus drivers, they're operating under a very strange environment, because the money they stop from them is too much. You see all these migrants who are ordinary migrants living flamboyant life at the expense of the drivers who are laboring for the money. So if they can sustain it, I think, and fight it out, I think it's a record development. If you look at what they call Aberu, the way they live in affluence, they live like people who are working in the oil company. They leverage on what the labor of the drivers, and the drivers hardly get anything at the end of the day. For me, if they can sustain it and fight it out, I think it's a record development.
Okay, what should the government do?
The government tried to win the other time, but I don't know. You know, they have so much money at their disposal. They have a way of lobbying the government. What the government was trying to do was they wanted to regularize it. If you pay 800 naira a day, it covers you for the whole day. That would have been a welcome development. But I don't know why the government was not able to follow through with that policy. And if you look at it, normally as a member of a union, you pay your due annually. But in this case of the transporters, every loading you pay. And even after paying when you load, as you move from checkpoint to checkpoint, they compel you to pay. And it's so compelling that if you resist it, they beat you up. So if they can use the strike to press it on the government and the union to stop the extortion or minimize it, I think it's a welcome development. Because whether I like it or not, it's impacting on the transportation rates.
Okay, the AIG said, according to the Danfo Drivers Association, when they met with them, said that it will be difficult to stop those guys extorting at those junctions. That if they get there, they might cause a big problem.
But if they are now on strike and the man who used to extort do not see driver to extort from, and the strike lasts for, because they live so much, they live extravagantly, they spend extravagantly, so that if they continue spending in that manner, within 1 month, they would have been short of fund. So I think that will send some reasoning to their head that not necessarily stopping to reduce or to minimize or to reduce, yes, to generally reduce what they extort from them. Whether we like it or not,
is it voluntarily or there should be a force from the Lagos State government, the police?
If Lagos State can step in, it would have been better. I told you government policy that government did not follow through. And I speculated that perhaps it's because, these unions, they have so much money at their disposal. They have a way of lobbying the government. So, though it's speculation.
How did you get to this point at the first place?
It is survival of the fittest.
How did we get to this point?
You see, Aberu or these unionists, it have been with us for some time. And it's because we are so docile. This thing.
By we, what do you mean?
I mean the people who have been directly affected. If they have started fighting it from the beginning, it will not get to this level. I give you an instance. Look at what is happening in the political terrain. You see a political gladiator, a political leader, he will control a state. And people didn't complain. Before you know it, he will put his son in maybe House of Rep. People did not complain. The next time, he's going to put either his in-law as local government chairman. People did not complain. He continued like that. That subjugation will continue until people decide to react. So if the people have been complaining and reacting by way of protest, by way of expressing their views to oppose it, to not get to this level. That's why I say it's because of docility.
Okay, let's look at elder statesman and leader of Pan Yoruba sociocultural group, Ruben Fasuranti, blessing the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Tinubu, in his Akure region yesterday.
That is his opinion. He's within his right to decide who to support. So I don't think it's up to me to start questioning.
Who said
that is his own opinion as well. I don't have the right to start questioning anybody. Why are you supporting a Tinubu? Why are you supporting an Obi? It is their prerogative. It is their right.
Okay.
So I don't think I have any right to start questioning any of them.
Abuja residents live in fear amid tight security. Operation Stop and Search begins at National Assembly. Buhari summons security meeting on this terror alert.
That is after all the position of federal government through the police, the federal security agencies, trying to say that the America and Britain terror alert is not worth it. You see, I've been saying this. I said, whether I like it or not, if you love yourself, avail yourself of the privilege of getting that information to plan your activities in all the areas being affected. Because if there is an attack, if there is a terror attack, federal government will always come and condemn it. Beyond condemnation, they cannot bring back the life. So what you do as an individual is, since this alert is there, you avail yourself of the privilege of getting that information, you plan your activities. Because I've been saying the federal government, whether we like it or not, have not gotten what it takes to police Nigeria and to protect her citizens.
Okay.
So if you love yourself, you plan your activities and you avoid those places that are vulnerable to be attacked.
Lastly, CBN has my backing on the Naira redesign. That's Buhari.
I think that Naira redesign, I think it's a welcome development. It's a welcome development because it's not every time.
Does it curb inflation?
I'm coming. It's not every time you criticize government. I'll give you an instance. Look at the reason the CBN is abusing. You have a situation where 80% of money in circulation is not within the banking sector. It's outside the bank. About 3.7 trillion is in the hand of individuals. Part of the disadvantage of the policy is why Naira is depreciating. Because people who keep this illicit fund, most of them are running to black market to exchange it for dollar, so that the policy will not catch up with them. But part of the reason CBN is looking at this, they want to mop up liquidity to curb inflation. But in the long run, it's going to work. Because if you look at the whole bulk of dollar in black market in Nigeria, I want to start exchanging illicit Naira. You get a point where you exhaust all the dollar. Somebody was saying the other day, yesterday, at bus stop here, that he got information on how somebody rushed to a bank with about 70 million Naira. Perhaps he have run up and down, he couldn't get where to exchange it with dollar. So what I'm saying is, if you look at the merit and demerit, you agree with me that the policy is a welcome development. If you look at ransom paying, kidnapping, these people have chunk of money at their disposal. Even the ones government pay them. And if this policy, the government follow through this policy and it sees the light of the day, that currency they have at their disposal may become ordinary paper. Because at the expiration of the deadline, which is 30th of January, if they don't have a bank, like as terrorists, Boko Haram who are in the bush, they don't have the means to come and exchange it in a bank, it becomes ordinary paper in their hand. And you are looking at dirty currency. It's another way of removing that dirty currency from circulation and producing new one.
Okay.
So I agree that it comes on challenge. And the challenge is these unscrupulous elements who hold these illicit funds, who are rushing to black market to exchange it for dollar, thereby putting pressure on Naira, and Naira is falling. But in the long run, it's going to be better for the economy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Matthew. I have Waba. Waba, good morning.
Good morning, Chris Santos.
How are you
My
doing?
good brother. Okay.
Let's talk about the Danfo strike this morning. Did it affect you?
My brother, Nigeria is already in bad condition. So when you are talking of Danfo strike or no strike, is it today that Danfo is supposed to do this? Listen to me. There is no a male child that see his mom's pussy or vagina that is happy unless that man is not in good. His brain is not okay. A man who see his mom's vagina or mom's pussy that is happy, something is wrong with his brain. Yes. But Nigerian, we always seen it because you are not okay.
You are not okay.
The federal government have make everybody in the nation not to know their rights. Yes, because when you talk, they will say bring him and kill him. Number one, Danfo driver supposed to do this many months ago, years ago, but they kept quiet. Why now? But thank God, whenever a man wake, I called it his money, in his own money. But Danfo went to strike. Why Korobe is on the way? Why? Transport is transport. When you talk of national union, I believe all of them are the same. But they are deceiving themselves. Those one in big position are deceiving themselves. Okay, see Korobe. But if Korope is not working, Danfo is not working, LT is not working, Keke Marwa is not working, even Okada, Oga, all of us will remain here. They will know what will happen. But this one is working. Why the other one is not working? It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yes, it's the same thing. So there are still motor moving anyway. I can see some people entering motor. That means there is still good thing in transport level. So nothing they solve there. I never see anything. But I heard they are going to strike.
Do you see any down for the road? The
Honestly,
people are the ones that said they'll go and strike.
It's only Danfo transporters in Lagos or in Nigeria. So for you to see that there's still error, there's still a big issue in the system.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at the APC presidential candidates, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
I told you something.
Visiting Chief Ruben Fashoranti of Afenfere.
APC simply means what? APC simply means what? Arm robber. Listen to me. APC. Arm robber. Lift. How do I normally put it? PDP. Papa, they see Pekin. APC. Arm robber. Support criminal. Yes. Why use that language? They still know this man and this man. I believe. Is it this man supposed to pray for this man or this man supposed to pray for this man? So, but anyway, prayer is prayer, but I don't know the destination the prayer is going to. Whether is it the prayer for this one to rule Nigeria or prayer for this one to...
Yes.
I don't know where the prayer, so I won't
Nigeria.
condemn the prayer. I never know where the prayer is going to. But if the prayer for these old people for come again to be ruling we will be young people, I say their time, let them go arrest. I have told them, let them go and rest than to stop disturbing youth. Now we need youth people. We need people that are vibrant, people that can go. I'm not abusing any of them. I'm not cursing them, but I want them to know that they are old. Let them go and rest, so that they will see the fruit of their labor. They will eat the fruit of their labor. Let them stop deceiving young people. They are old. Let them go and rest. That's what I mean. This prayer is not prayer for Nigeria. It's prayer for themselves. That's what I call it.
Okay, Southeast governors meet in Enugu yesterday, disowned ESN, and also ask for a political solution on Nnamdi Kanu.
Igbo leaders. Igbo governors.
Southeast governors.
Did they have governors?
You are from Anambra, Imo State.
I'm from Imo State. I don't have a
Hope
governor.
Uzodinma is your governor.
I know it's not a governor. It's not my governor. It's not my governor. I don't know Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma, I know him when he's a 419er. When he's working with all those 419. So they are just I don't know whether Nigerian government put him to be killing people. So I don't know him as Imo State governor. Imo State did not go. Soludo. I don't know. All of them are the same. Only person that I know in Eastern land is Nnamdi Kanu. That's the only person that I know. Mazi.
Okay, Zekwazi.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please. Don't misquote.
Ugwuanyi.
Oga, for now, Imo State have no governor. For now, all those ones that are there, they are doing their business. They are not governing anybody. They are there for their own selfish interest. So don't call Hope Uzodinma my governor. He knows what he's doing.
But you're from Imo State. So Imo State doesn't have a governor.
I'm from Biafran land. That is where I come from. I'm a Biafran man. All this one they are doing there, they are just deceiving themselves. Yes. Who are they governing? People that are dying every day. They are killing that with soldiers every day, with police every day.
They are asking
with
for
their
a political solution on Nnamdi Kanu.
Political toss. They are killing youth in Imo State every day. You are telling me that I have a governor. Thunder fire them, fire the governor.
They met and they asked for a political solution on Nnamdi Kanu.
Is he not those who call themselves Eastern governors? Are they not the one that holding Nnamdi Kanu in detention?
With the president of DSS.
DSS from under
Federal government is.
Federal government. Who is the president of this country now?
He's not a Southeastern. He's not a Southeastern.
He's the chief of everybody. So from him to DSS, from DSS to governor, from governor, all of them, they are the one holding them the candle because he's fighting for his
So
right.
they're asking if we are going to release Nnamdi Kanu.
They're asking, who begged them to ask them? Who is begging them to ask them? Is it today Nnamdi Kanu is in detention? Is it today they are doing Nnamdi Kanu anyhow they like? Who is begging them to? Who is asking them? Sometimes that somebody will tell me about Ohaneze. Thunder fire them, fire Ohaneze there. God will punish all of them. They are very,
Your
very
leaders.
useless. Good leader. Good leader. They will go to Abuja. Buhari will give them envelope. They will go and be eating, growing big belly with their family. And young boys out there are suffering. They are telling me you have leaders. Thunder fire them. Fire all of them.
No, don't abuse your elders.
Who is Eda? Who is Eda? I better ask me other necessary questions, Johnny.
Okay. Operation Stop and Search begins at National Assembly. Buhari summons security meeting.
Who is stopping who? Who is searching who? It's better on the same better. Anybody who stop you is who's. They are the one who stop themselves. And them they say that they stop. Know who is stopping them. So they know themselves. So anybody should tell me stop and search. Who? The idea of Boko Haram is buying private jets, bombing Kaduna, having all sorts of weapons. Then who is stopping who? When they know they are doing stop and search. Okay, now they know that they will be doing stop and search. Better for them. But I want to let them know, say, Oga, they are from air condition to air condition, they are enjoying. They should remember that there are those one who did not eat food to chop. Secrets of entering inside office with air condition and car with air condition. So definitely you have it in mind. There is hungry in the land and there is hunger in the land. Same time, an hungry man is an angry man. They should have it in mind. Some young youth are here now. To see food eat is a problem. Some of them are graduates. Some came out with first class, but no job, no work. Those who did not even, some of them don't know anything about education, but they are languishing Nigerian money. Now God will punish them. I'm still saying it. So for you to tell me that it's governor, look at governor. You are talking of governor. Go from my place, from Idato South to Olu. You will see a hole, big hole, the market road. I will have governor. He's there.
Buhari came to your state to commission road.
Which road? God, that's why I say if I provoke, I go to court. If I provoke, I go to court. Better not go to whine anybody. Don't worry, better enjoy themselves. But they should remember, according to good Lord Jonathan 1, say that it's God.
Okay. On the redesign of the Naira, Sheikh Gumi has spoken. He said that the kidnappers or the terrorists will resort to collection of dollars and hard currency.
There is no smoke without fire. Yes. The design of Naira, we already know is aware. And Emefiele is aware. They know there is something on the ground. They plan that they want to bring up. You never know yet. We are still watching them. They change the Naira for what? Did they change it for our own good or for my own good? They have something hidden in which they've never bring up. When they bring it up, they will know how to follow them. Now, they are doing campaign, bringing out money. People, man, in short, if I'm talking, I'll be growing more anger. They never know what the injury they have caused to the nation. They never know. They've caused injury to the nation. These men are youth. I won't blame some old fools that don't know their left and right. You will see that something is wrong. And things is not balanced. And you are still supporting those ones who do not care for you and I. God will punish anybody who supports evil in this nation.
Thank you very much. I have Edo will be Lagos. Edo can never be Lagos. What is happening in Lagos this morning? Edo State.
I can see everybody is angry. Anyway, good morning, my brothers and sisters. I've been a while now. Almost 2 weeks I've not been talking. We are working hard to make sure things are okay. So I'm not here to, you know me.
Call of the strike now.
It's call of the strike. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Call of the strike. Students are just there, roaming about. Lecture is not working. Lecturers are there. Nothing is working. Nigeria is zero. Buhari is not working. Politicians, nobody's campaigning again. because everybody,
Saturday, a Labour Party campaign in Nasarawa State.
Labour Party,
They did not allow them use the stadium, so they went to an open field.
that's why I said I don't think this election will hold. The election is not going to hold. If did not allow open field, free for people to campaign, why? And you have an INEC, you have president. Hey, please. President is talking. Edo is talking. Please give me that respect. Abba Bini is talking. Give me that respect. Listen, let me tell you something. You see, when you are APC, PDP should not come and campaign in your territory. When you are PDP, APC should not come and campaign in your territory. That is a war. They are bringing war. Understand me? He left for the security agency now to do something. Like Wike, who is bossy, that PDP is not coming to campaign. Today, if PDP go there to campaign, is it going to crash them? So this election is very, very dicey. I see kidnapping everywhere already. I see killing everywhere already. Hunger everywhere already. Angry everywhere already. Understand me? Politicians are not campaigning. You say Labours are campaigning. They did not allow them. They stay on the street. So INEC are not doing the right thing, what they're supposed to have done. You know why?
What should they have done?
If anybody disturb anyone to campaign, sanction that party. Sanction that party. That's why they will fear INEC.
It's not their responsibility.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? But INEC can announce election, but you cannot take law of those. It's in the constitution that all parties should campaign freely, not charging anybody in any state. It's wrong. You want to tell me if Labour now want to campaign every street, they have to pay 5 billion. Is it Labour that don't have money to give a candidate? Or people who can pass for you that will get 5 billion? So war is coming to Nigeria if there's no playing field on this election.
Okay, let's look at Fasuranti and Bola Ahmed Tinubu receiving the blessing of the Afenifere leader for the 2023 elections.
This is what the North was avoiding. This is what the North was avoiding. That they will study and choose their candidates. They were waiting for one region to start it, which Afenifere have started.
No, I think Atiku started it.
No, the Northerner elite did not say want to vote for Atiku. He canvassed, say vote for me. But now
you are doing the same part.
But now I'm coming. But now Afenifere, maybe half of Afenifere, they are two parts now. One of the leader now, current leader now, Adebanjo, said they want Obi, Labour Party. Why this? The other one said they want Tinubu, blessing Tinubu. So you are not giving the Northerner now to choose whoever. They will not, before you know, they will choose Atiku.
How will they choose Atiku?
Like now, if you check the headline, Afenifere endorse Tinubu and even blessing him in front of a newspaper. Are you getting me? Before you know now, Ohaneze, we have got Obi. Before you know, Arewa, we have got Atiku. So that means ethnicity is playing, and religion is going to play. Are you getting me? Afenifere, tomorrow, don't be surprised. Ohaneze, we have got Obi. Tomorrow, Arewa, we adopt Atiku. So you have started.
Arewa has not adopted Atiku.
They were waiting for this game, and the game has started. If Afenifere can say Tinubu, even blessing him in front of camera, the whole world, tomorrow, don't be surprised. Afenifere and Ohaneze will remove Obi cap add another one again. Then Arewa, we carry Atiko, maybe carry up. So that means electricity will play.
Okay. Let's look at Operation Stop and Search begins at National Assembly. Buhari summons security meeting. Senators and House of Rep members, they should use the presidential gate.
Orosinuku. You know I said Orosinuku. That's why I say this election hold when the state federal capital is coma. Fear of not being bombed. Fear of not being kidnapping. Now, if everybody is not afraid of staying in the federal capital where we have all security, that means we are not safe. Where I am now is not safe. Where everything under this government is zero. Security, zero. Food, nothing. That is, I don't know, nothing is working. Look at a whole president, Buhari, something, people, 600 people die in fraud, in Kogi, South, Southeast. Our president never visits there and see on his own eye. Tomorrow, if anything happens for Niger, our president will pack encourage, go to Niger, and sympathize with them, and even give them money. So that means we don't have president. Like my brother said, he doesn't have governor in Imo State. I get me.
Are you denying that we don't have a president?
We don't have president. If you have a president, how can fraud? Buhari, they say it's Jubrin.
Who is Buhari?
Buhari is a Jubrin from Sudan.
What is the name of your president?
My president, name of my president is God, Jesus Christ. If I have a president, listen to me. If I have a president, and 600 people die in Southeast and South, and even some Northwest, then my president did not go there. I don't have president. If my president can be visiting South Korea, are you getting me? Sort of to visit South or Southeast to go and see people whose water has display. That is not president. Do you think if 600 people in America has a problem, Joe Biden will not go and visit them? If first go there, just like good luck, a retired president went to the play with full leg, and the president went to South Korea, enjoy with his wife and everybody there. And when people are dying, display no house, nothing. Our president couldn't go there. And he forget he's been paid with our taxpayer. We don't have, I don't have president. I'm still waiting for my president to come. So I'm still waiting for my president to come, maybe 2023, if the election will hold.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
No, there is one, sorry, CBN.
Okay.
Yes, CBN. Now, it's a disgrace to this government, whereby a minister of finance wouldn't know how rat and snake have been discussing on his own back. Minister didn't know if they want to exchange money or design money. So rat have been going to Asoro to go and discuss with president without the minister knowing. To tell you that this government is disarray. This government, they don't know what they are doing. Everybody are just working on his own. So that is my own is that my president, God, please bring a better candidate that will make Nigeria work. So that yam, food will plenty in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Online, let's get one more person. If I allow let's get our responses from our people online. Okay, Mr. Odezechima, good morning. You're online this morning. You can contribute to the program. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian. Happy new week, and God's blessings to everybody out there. I just want to. I'm on duty and I need to contribute this morning because this platform gives me joy. Not minding the fact that some people are just trying to bring it down because it's a voice to the voiceless and a way of preaching to the ordinary Nigerians. Well, I just want to say something here. Concerning the commuters, the Danfo drivers that are doing, they are protesting. I stand with them 100%, and every man with conscience need to stand with them. That simply means that they are showing their annoyance on what is playing out in Lagos State. Don't forget that this is the Lagos they are claiming that Tinubu built. The Lagos they are claiming that is a blueprint. That the Lagos they are using to campaign for the incompetent Tinubu that is about to come to office through rigging. The Lagos they are comparing with Paris. They are comparing with Rome. They are comparing with London. The almighty Lagos. This is a place that the poor man will be walking on the street, driving his keke or driving his suffering under the scorching sun. A man will be sitting in his house and will be collecting their proceeds through their earnings through proceeds. Tinubu and Samuel Olu has been milking these poor people dry right from the onset. Tinubu and Samuel Olu through their Aboro master, their criminal Aboro master called the MC Olomo. They have been dealing with these people all these years. So they are standing for their rights, and every man or any woman that is criticizing them, just like I see that there's a political jobber in the comment section called Awoni Adegunwa and Adegunwani, criticizing them because they are protesting. He should be ashamed of himself. When a poor man is standing for his right, he's fully poor man because he's getting something from the peanuts from the political class. He'll be criticizing and blaming the same poor man. Well, all I ask is that God will pay him and his followers in their own coin. The world should know that Tinubu, the Jagaban, the incompetent and shaking man that doesn't have anything to give to Nigerians, that is wangling his way to come to power by all means, through rigging or through anyhow, is the same man making these people dry that has kept them in perpetual poverty. They will be working and he's sending his boys through proceeds to collect their proceeds back to him. Shame on them. Shame on them. May God bless the taxi drivers and give them more fortitude to continue because I don't see anything here. I will see any change coming. God bless you, Mr. Christian. Have a nice day.
Yes. Thank you. Who else do I have online this morning? Who's online this morning? Let's get your contribution to the program. Mr. Kingsley, good morning. I can see you, Mr. Kingsley. Yes, you have the floor. You can contribute.
Okay.
Program.
Good morning, my fellow Nigerians. Hello? 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 Hello, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Continue, I can hear you.
Yeah. I just want to contribute on this Danfo. What I want to contribute is, these people have been complaining little by little. It's not only today. It's not being today that we started hearing this, but it got worse. I don't know if it earlier last month or last 2 months that they begin to inform them by MC Oluoma and some other of the TOS that they want to increase their ticket fee because of the election that is coming. And some people begin to ask, how did the election affect them? But when you begin to ask deeply, you discover that it's because of their Jakaban that is in charge in Lagos. But I thank God that Nigeria are busy now, watching what is going to happen to us if eventually, if the APC man get to Aso Rock. Definitely, we turn Nigeria to half of the boys that claim to be that is suffering for a daily basis, that are out there inside bush doing kidnapping and some other things, bad things. It will turn them to Abru. You understand? That is the thing that we are seeing. But I thank God that my fellow Nigeria will be also seeing what is happening when you are busy seeing a man that is trying to turn Nigeria to one of the worst terrorism in the country as time goes on, and you still have the faith that you want to vote him. Well, this is a fundamental human right when you have the right to vote to anyone that you chooses. Because me, I don't see it as an achievement when you are voting in someone that is not even capable.
Kingsley, for your contribution this morning. One person. Let's get other responses this morning. Thank you very much. Thanks very much, Mr. Kingsley.
Okay.
Mr. Adegunwani.
Yeah.
Good morning. I can see you, Mr. Adegunwa. I know
All
you
right.
are hot. You are hot. You are getting ready to fire.
No. It's good morning. Good morning, viewers. All right, let's go straight to the point.
Yeah,
You
you
see,
have the floor.
you see, these drivers, they are not innocent. Now, before I got a car, I work in GRA Ikeja, and most times, if you have a rainfall, the normal route that we apply for 100 naira, these drivers, they can just from nowhere they will hike the price to probably 300, 400. Drivers, these are not agberos, these are drivers. The drivers themselves do this, and they are not being checked. Commuters will wail and cry. Yeah, this price is too much. They will tell you if you cannot enter, get down and trek. That's the driver's side. Now, these drivers are going on strike. Do they have a union? If they do, who are the leaders? I believe the leaders of those drivers should engage the leaders of the agberos. Everybody see MC Olomo as the leader of agberos. And mind you, this thing in Lagos now has been, it has been dualized. We have two sections. We have the Lagos State Parks and Garages, and then we still have the NURTW. Some years ago, because of these incessant issues of drivers hiking price anyhow, the Lagos State bought over 1,500 buses, mini buses, to compete with the agberos. These same drivers took to the street, fought with the government. That did not allow that project to fly during Ambode. It was Sanwo-Olu that came to commission it. Now, commuters were not patronizing the blue buses. They all went with the yellow buses. Now, listen, the agberos, yes, I'm not supporting that what they are doing is right. But even the drivers are not innocent. They are crying that they are overcharging them. We all know that we operate a pay-as-you-go taxation system in Lagos, pay-as-you-earn. Some drivers can go as much as 20 trips per day. Okay, they want to pay just how much? Haven't made so much money. I understand that these guys have been extorted in one way or the other. You see that, but it is because they are not getting value for what they are paying for. If those unions, if they were fixing roads, doing some minor things, I am sure these drivers will not come out and complain. These drivers themselves are the number one problem. These drivers, early in the morning, they will extort. If you are going from Ogba to Ikeja, they will extort you. A normal route that is 100 naira, they will tell you to pay 300. In the night, they can even make it 500. But the agberos, they will always pay the agberos fixed amount of money. Are you guys getting this? I don't want us to always be sentimental when we are submitting our own side or our own judgment. The drivers themselves are no way innocent. Lastly, these drivers are not, before they come into any garage, they get the nitty-gritty, the commitment they have to make before they engage in this business. Lagos, I'll tell you, Lagos or Nigeria is a place whereby you can start up a transportation business Even if you are not a Lagos indigenous, if you come here, if you buy a bus, you paint it, you go to the garage, you want to join them, start your business. In other countries, these developed countries, where Udeze who is driving and also talking on this thing, you are not after, you don't even care about your life. You are driving where you are and you are still making call. I pity you. You know you are not in Africa. In that place, I believe if you see police now, you comport yourself. Now, Nigeria is a place whereby you can do your business, even you are not an engine of a state or even the country. As long as you are ready to go by the rules, you start your business. In other countries, even in Dubai, you cannot even start a business if you don't go through that taxation. Per trip, you pay 5 dirhams in Dubai. Per trip, you pay 5 dirhams to the government. And this is
Thank you very much. God bless you for your contribution this morning. Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, have Mr. Kunle. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning, Christian.
Okay, let's
Happy
start
New
with
Week.
Happy New Week.
Happy New Week.
Anything for your boss.
Blessed New Week. Let's look towards. We're just starting the week.
Okay.
I greet you, Dr. Obi, a very detribalized Nigerian. We need more of you in Nigeria to shape this country. Jane Matthias, a woman, a solid woman. I greet you. And I greet everybody that stood by me during the bullying.
What's your take on the Danfo and everything?
Yeah, they want to show their power. I just wake up now. This morning, I woke up and I enter streets and I see queue of masses waiting for bus. Where are the buses? They are nowhere. Until I got here, I now heard that they are protesting or they are striking. So I don't know who they are targeting the strike towards, man. Is it the masses or is it the government or is it the fuel scarcity?
Park and garages, they are extorting them.
The Lagos State Park and garages, they are extorting. So it's the drivers now that they are on strike now. The driver.
Danfo.
You know, say majority of this Danfo, they belong to that member. They are under NURT, what's it called?
They are on strike because they have been extorted by the Lagos State Park and garages. That's from their press statement.
Who is the head of the Lagos State Park and garages? Who is the head? MC Oluomo. All these bosses we are seeing, who are they operating under? Who is their leader?
You can have a boss without, you can be a member or you can be under an association without having any stake in that association.
That means they should direct
what
their
they
protest.
do is just collection. So you as a driver, what do you have to do with them?
They should
just
direct
collect
that protest to their union, not to the
They
masses.
are going for a 7-day strike because if they don't stay on the streets, they don't come out, there will be no money for the Lagos State Park and garages.
So that is to say, where two elephant fight is the grass. So the masses are always the grass.
What they are fighting for, is it not justified?
I don't even want to know that because they knew when they were forming the union, they knew where they were forming.
The drivers or?
The drivers themselves,
no,
they all belong.
They are not the ones forming.
They all, no,
Lagos State owns the Lagos State Parks and garages. It's a government agency.
Media, you're a media person.
Okay.
Personal.
Okay.
Now you have association that guides you, right? You have newspaper proprietors association.
National Broadcasting.
Let
me come in. National Broadcasting Commission. You have to register with them. Their terms. They have terms and conditions. So if they bring any policy that is not favorable to you, shouldn't you protest?
What I'm saying, the more you look, the less you see. These same people that are protesting now, they won 1 million rally with MC the other time. They went to
here.
We are including traders. No. We are talking about transporters.
You want to say that they were in support of the 1 million man march. I want to tell you that some of them are being coerced. There's a word, coerced. I know many.
These guys that are protesting, right? All these buses, Danfo drivers. I don't even know whether you study their operation or whether you know who they are. Likewise, whether you know who they are. Even if they are not protesting, if they are not doing any small thing, any small slight hold up, they will jack. I mean, FE.
The reason for the protest this morning is because extortion from the Lagos State
But
parks.
some are working. It's not all of them that
Danfo.
Look at Danfo now. Look at Korope.
Extortion from the Lagos State, you are trying to go around. You are not looking at the buses. You are not looking at the issue.
Me, I don't want to even know the issue.
Okay, let's go
for
to
me
another.
to get to where I want to.
Let's
That's
go
their
to
own palabra.
Let's go to
They all belong to same.
Let's
They
go
all
to
belongs to people that are threatening.
Abuja residents live in
diminishing
fear amid tight security.
somebody's lifestyle.
Abuja residents live
behaviors.
in fear amid tight security.
Yeah, that's what the US and UK has caused now. That the security alert, that all the residents, all the citizens should leave Abuja and come down to Lagos, and that's what you should be expecting. So, and the government now is saying is political, that they've done that to so many states that they are not in good time with currently. And you know, as it is, they say once bitten, twice shy. We create the lacuna for the American system to enter our security, the checkup. Why? Look at the whole Kuje, the most dreaded prison in the whole country, let loose to the bandits that they have to bust. They busted that place and they free majority of their members. Now the problem now is those guys that have escaped. There was no security camera. There was no CCTV for them to even capture their faces. Even their mounts hunting them. That is the problem now. And the country, like America, will not just sleep and, over those issues. That there are a lot of those members of ISWAP, ISIS, and what's it called, Boko Haram, that mix up with the citizen. You get what I'm saying? So, to me, Nigerian inactiveness, the leadership inactiveness, in leaders they are not proactive. They caused all this mess. They are not being proactive. If they are proactive, all this issue will not be happening. They did that in Kenya some time ago when the one mall was bombed. The Kenya mall was bombed. They did that too. That Kenya is no more safe. That the citizens should leave. Okay. So they are looking at states per, security, issues. So once they know these states, these countries are vulnerable to security, they have to give that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That.
Don't have much time.
Is that all I'm going to say here?
No, I told you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, with that, we are coming to the end of the program this morning. Bystanders and newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. There's no time.
No time.
1 hour 30 minutes.
Allow everybody.
No, tomorrow.
I won't allow anybody tomorrow.
Sorry.
Do you know that have you remember I came before?
Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Talk about the MC Olomode.
The strike
Danfo
we have.
strike,
Yeah, Danfo strike. That's why I can see our viewers, they are seeing that there's no much Danfo, like it was used to be before. No Danfo line up anymore because drivers are on strike. They're on strike because of too much extortion. Yes, by the Aburus, the motor park operators. They are extorting much money from tricycle, motorbikes, and all the Danfos, the buses.
Are they not in the same union?
They are in the same union, but they tax them a lot. Yes, they are in the same union, but you find out that it's only the drivers that are paying the money. I didn't understand. They tax them much money. Daily basis, all these Danfos, they are paying more than 3,000 every day. How much are they taking home? To submit to the owner of the bus. Some of them, the drivers are the owner of the buses. But how much do they cut away home to take care of their families? You find out that much extortion is going on across Lagos. That's why they are on strike today. Look at the Jodubega, Ikeja, Egbeda, all those bus stops. Go there to the parks, you won't see any buses. Very scanty buses are operating like these ones. They are not like this before. So they are scanty this morning. As you can see, much commuters everywhere. See people trekking all the way to Adeni Jones, Allen, what do you call it? This Wahum area that is connected to Bankra Road because there's no bus. So much commuters are stranded this morning.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the Southeast governors who met in Enugu yesterday.
They met in Enugu over insecurity. Let me tell you, insecurity they are meeting for is because they cannot take care of Igbo land. The governors, especially, they are fighting ESN, Eastern Security Network, that is taking care of that land. See, police, soldier, they can never withstand Fulani invasion. The same Fulani invading them, the
The same Fulani are the same people they are protecting. So in Enugu axis, you have much kidnapping going on there. They are kidnapping Igbo man on daily basis. People that went burial to Nsukka at Nsukka axis, they kidnap all of them. I can play the tape here for you on my phone. Demanding money. It's Fulani voice. Yes, everywhere in Enugu state, these whole butches in Udi, in Nsukka, Umolumo, all those areas that link to Anambra Adan. Those butches are housing Fulani terrorist kidnappers. So this time around, Enugu is over-infiltrated by these kidnappers. And there's nothing our governors could do about it because they are all serving their Fulani masters. If they don't want to do so, they should allow ESN to work. ESN is the one curbing all this incessant kidnapping by terrorists, herdsmen terrorists in the southeastern Nigeria, but they couldn't give them the chance to do their work. I mean the governors. So complaining to federal government, they are just licking their wounds.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for your contribution. This morning with us, we have come to the end of the program. This morning, bystanders and nuisance. I'm Christian Chuku. Thank you for being part of the program. Please click on the like button so that you can have much more. Yes.